Hi guys, welcome back to Cornerstone Chat Season 2. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos so far and that you guys have been having a good week. So today we're going to continue with the alphabet because it keeps us on track. So today is the letter M. M. I know the teacher in me. And we're going to be talking about money.
Ooh.
Money. Sorry, Abba.
No, I thought it was going when we first done it. So we're going to have to excuse the fact that I sound terrible. Me and Robert have both been sick for the past week, but we're powering ahead, recording for you guys. But yeah, this week we're going to be talking about money. And with the concept of money, we're going to be talking about money not in a day-to-day we need it to survive kind of sense, but when money becomes our priority. So as Christians, we fully believe that God's our number one priority, that He's up there above everything else. And if we believe in Him and that we trust in Him, everything else will fall into place. But because of the way the world, things get in the way, and sometimes we get different priorities. And normally these things then become idols, and that's when we start worshipping idols and we let things get above God in kind of our priority list. So we thought that we thought about a few that we could use for this, but M fitted perfectly, and we were going to talk about money. So personally, I know you and I have both had experience with money. Like maybe I want to say money troubles, but that's maybe not like the best way to put it. But it's something that everybody is going to struggle with at least once, and it's a really hard thing to give God's trust in because it feels so physical. It's like, how can I put my trust in God for something? Like how can He provide like that? But we have to remember that when we believe in God, everything and anything is possible. So when we think about our priorities, if God comes first, and if He goes above everything else is going to fall into place, and that means money. That means everything else that could go wrong in our lives per se. And if we put things like money and I don't know whatever else we could use to worship above God, that's when we fall into trouble, because that's when we start putting our trust in worldly things, and worldly things don't last. We can put our trust in money, and we can get ourselves a big house and a nice job and a fancy car, but that just takes one thing and then it all falls apart, and you've put yourself in debt, and you've put yourself in all this trouble just because you didn't put God first, you know?
And I think when it comes to priorities as well, when it comes to money, we never complain that we just got the right amount or we've got too much. It's always we don't have enough. And what that focuses in on is we're focusing on our greed. So when people say the love of money, they're focusing on their greed. They're wanting more, the materials, and we're not being content. In Hebrews 13:5, it says this: keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have, for He has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So keep your life free from the love of money. It doesn't say keep your life free from money. But it's saying keep your life free from the love of money. Because Ashlyn said our priority is God. Our focus is God. Our focus isn't money. Because if we split our focus and we're like, I'm going to pursue money and I'm going to get as much money as I can, then we've just disregarded God.
Yeah, you can't do both at the same time.
So we're going to have a focus here on God. So we're going to take Ashlyn's point prior to God and keep our life free from the love of money. Because if we are focusing on money, then we're not seeing the bigger picture. We're not being content with the season God has us in. And when we're content with what we have, we're like, okay, we're good. And we're realizing God's always there. He's always been there, and He's always going to provide. Because as Ashlyn said, her and I, we've experienced some financial troubles being students. And I know, looking back at my life, in those times, I was riddled with anxiety. I was worried. I was like, how am I going to pay the bills and whatnot? But looking back, God has provided throughout all of those things.
In so many different ways.
Like
ways that were just like completely unimaginable as well.
And He uses so many different ways. The church, jobs, everything aligns up. And once that, we look back and you go, okay, God is with me. God has got His hands on me. And we're able to see and give God glory for providing. But in those moments, I was worried, I was anxious. And I really just heard God saying, just focus in on me. Love me, pursue me. Because I ended up doing like jobs that were like, wasn't even God's will. And just doing it because I needed money.
Yeah.
But when we take the time to listen to God and we seek God, everything else is added on. In Matthew 6:33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God and then all else is added on to you.
Yeah.
We're pursuing God. God is our priority and everything else in. And when we speak about the money, because the world is ruled by money, everything's rooted in money, having more wealth, keeping our wealth to ourselves, not sharing these things. And Satan has people's grip people by saying, you need more. You can't be content. You need to have a bigger house. You need to have a flashier car.
Yeah.
You need to keep all your money for yourself. You don't feed the poor. You don't feed this or do this with your money. And God's like, it all belongs to me. And I'll provide for you and I'll sustain you and I'll keep you going. And that comes down to faith. Because you might be sitting here going, well, that's all well and good, but I still have bills to pay. I still have this. I need money. But for us, it's then going, okay, this worry I lay at God's feet and I trust in God that He will sustain me, that He will keep me going, that He will provide a way. And through faith, placing our trust in Him, taking that leap and going, okay, God will take care of me. Opens up so many doors for us because we're able to see how God does provide. We're able to see how God does love us. And we take moments to glorify Him. Now, I know we live in a tough world where the finances can be troubling and you're struggling to get a job. But know that, hang in there. Hang in there. Like, know that there is people that do care for you, that do want to support you and provide for you and help you. And God's there as well. God's there to take care of you. He says in Matthew 6 as well, like, He cares for the birds. He feeds them. Don't worry about tomorrow. Like, Matthew 6 is rooted in all of this and just seeking God and knowing that He's a provider. And once we see that, we're like, okay, we can breathe and be content. So I think just as we end this video is, if you are struggling with the concept of money or greed or seeking material wealth, reach out to that person that can guide you, that's wise in your church, that will give you godly wisdom, not someone going, oh, it's okay, pursue more money, have more wealth, and keep it to yourself, or shame on you for not getting the latest gadgets or whatnot. This person that will see you out and go, your relationship with God comes first. Your focus on God comes first. Because if we split our focus, we'll end up going, this is where we're going. Because we can't serve two masters. We just can't. Because our time's split, our priorities are split, and we'll end up going for the thing that pleases us more. And often that is the thing that isn't God. So money, though we speak about money, basically this video comes under priorities, making sure that we seek God above all else and know that He will provide for you and that He will take care of you. So if you walk away with anything, know that God is a provider and that you should have full content in that and know that He is there, and just trust in Him. Have faith in that section of your life and just lay it down at God's feet. So make good choices. We're here for you. Reach out to us if you do need help in any way. We're praying for you. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.